What was your my life is over, my parents are gonna kill me moment you had as a child/teen? My parents paid for my mobile phone subscription. Got a girlfriend and called a lot more. Too much more. Raked up a €600 bill. My soul left my body that day. Me and a few buddies got arrested for some very foolish and regrettable criminal mischief. We managed to keep it from our parents by getting to the mailbox first to destroy court notices and targeted letters from lawyers. We thought we were in the clear too, until the newspaper article with our names in it came out. There was a small lizard trapped in our garage under a pile of wood, so I moved some of them so it could get out. I must have accidentally knocked over a larger plank in the process, that landed on my dad's car and went straight through the windshield. Lizard was fine though. One time I snuck out of the house, and when I went to sneak back in, the door was locked. We never locked the doors to the house, so I knew I'd been caught. Lived on a farm, so I just went up to the hayloft to sleep the rest of the night. I skipped school by leaving the house, climbing on the garage and waiting for my mom to leave. I jumped down to let myself in as she drove off and set myself up for a day on my PS1. She then came back as she'd forgotten something and I wanted to die in a hole. The yelling was something to behold. Didn't do that again. I thought it was a good idea to play with some candles while having a LOTR marathon. Turns out that was a bad idea because I ended up getting distracted and set the family couch on fire. I frantically put it out and threw a blanket over it. I didn't leave that couch for a week. 17 years old, had a party while the parents were out of town. I had to work the next day, but timed it so I would have plenty of time to clean before they got home that evening. Came home from work, the sprinklers are on and their car is in the driveway. Driving down my driveway, I was anxiety and fear personified. I walk in the house and my mom tells me, "Your dad had to leave before you got here, otherwise he was afraid of what he might do to you." So we live in a 2-story colonial. My parents are away on vacation. I'm in the yard and tossing a baseball up in the air and catching it, just a 9-year-old entertaining myself. I think to myself, hey, let's loft it onto the first split-level roof and then it'll roll off and I'll catch it. Second toss, crash, shatter sister's window. Grandma was babysitting. Grandma reported. I was smoked. When I was 6, I spilled grape juice on the tan carpet in the living room. I put a pillow over it, laid on the pillow, and vowed that I would stay there the rest of my life so my parents would never find out. I lasted about 45 minutes. My mom was more upset that I got grape juice on the pillow, rather than the carpet. I was 10 years old, only pretending to drive a car with my friend in the back seat. I knew not to touch the ignition or the gearbox. So the car is parked on an incline. I lowered the handbrake and the car starts to roll backwards, moving steadily and with increasing momentum towards a concrete wall. Thankfully I knew which one the brake was. So I pressed down on it with all my might and told my friend to get out of the car and call my dad. All the while pressing down on that brake, I thought, yep, today I either die or my dad kills me. I lived to tell the tale. Parents were away for the weekend, I took my dad's keys and took it for a small drive. I was never allowed to drive unsupervised, didn't have a license or anything. Was a thrill. I came back, parked, left the keys in the same drawer he left them in. Monday arrives, I come back from school and my dad asks me to come look at the car, with a death glare. I had forgot to pull the seat back after adjusting them for my 14-year-old legs. I got drunk for the first time at 14. It was on a farm. The farm had pigs. Drunk kids wanna try to ride pigs, right? Go to climb the fence to get to the pigs and I fall backwards and break my collarbone. Tried to ride it out but I had to call my dad at 2 a.m. to come and take me to the hospital BC. There were no adults there. I was scared to death, but my dad didn't even notice I was drunk. Phew. When I came home to tell them that my girlfriend was pregnant for Thanksgiving of my freshman year of college, my mom caught me smoking pot and she called the cops and had me arrested for possession. I was only 15. I was incarcerated at 15 years old and she wonders why I don't talk to her anymore. I put my cheap gel pens in a microwave when I was 11 because they wouldn't work and my teacher told me that it's because the ink has frozen. Let's say I had to work extra that summer so I could get a new microwave. My mom told me to use the plastic golf balls, but I liked how far the real ones flew, took a swing and dented my dad's brand new 2006 diesel F250. Literally got it 3 days before the incident. Assuming my life was over, I packed my bags to go live with my friend Tyler who lived up the road. I got caught stealing and when my mom found out she had me get in the car and just started silently driving. I assumed it was to take me to hide my body.